The Mexican Grand Prix ended at the Rodriguez brothers racetrack, which, unlike previous years, on this occasion has left us with a race with controversy, battle, good confrontations, and which continues to leave us an open panorama for the last races of this 2024 World Championship, both in the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. We had a spicy weekend. In the first free practice of this Grand Prix, Alex Albon and Oliver Bearman were involved in an accident that caused a red flag and the interruption of the session. The incident occurred when Williams driver Albon collided with Bearman's Ferrari, which was on a slow lap in a fast corner. This created a dangerous situation in which both pilots were unable to avoid contact. Fortunately, neither of them were injured, but the crash interrupted the rhythm of practice and left the rear of the Williams destroyed. That same afternoon, during the second free practice session, George Russell suffered an accident when he lost control of his car while cornering, which led him to crash into the protection barriers of the racetrack Rodriguez brothers. The impact was considerable. He was taken to the Circuit Medical Center for a complete evaluation. Russell exited the vehicle on his own, although he appeared to be in pain. This incident resulted in a red flag, leaving the Briton out of the test. Now yes, in the race, some policemen were only part of the start. In the middle of the grid, Tsunoda, trying to overtake drivers at the start, overtaking Alex Albon, ends up hitting his right rear tire, with the tie's left front one. They end up hitting each other, and with both cars having to abandon the Grand Prix due to the damage caused. You can see how the Japanese tries to overtake at all costs on the outside, taking the grass and rubbing against Albon. The Applin, who was on the inside, opens to catch the curve, strangling the tie and leaving Yuki Tsunoda without a clue. This is how the safety car starts. This was until lap 6, which was until they cleaned the track. But in the process, they investigated Checo Pérez, because he jumped from position 18 to position 3 in a good start. But unfortunately, he positioned himself poorly in his box at the start, and they gave him a 5-second penalty for this clear error of the Mexican. On lap 10, Lando is the one who attacks Max. He tries it in turn 4 of the circuit, on the outside, and this is where the controversy broke out again between these two, because this time Norris overtakes and seems to have the apex when entering the curve, but again Verstappen throws him off the track. When he rejoins, he returns the position to Carlos Sainz, but he does not do it with Verstappen and the Dutchman, like a bull that sees blood. At the entrance, one of the S's jumps again without any intention of making the turn, just to try to overtake Lando Norris, and for having done this, he would receive 2 serious penalties. The first 10 seconds for having taken Lando Norris off the track, and another 10 seconds for overtaking him for this same reason, off the track, and he would have to serve both sanctions in his next arrest. So, unless some kind of miracle occurred, the Dutchman had just destroyed his career. Unfortunately, the end of the career was also coming for Fernando Alonso, who was celebrating 400 grand prizes. He had to retire due to problems with his car, but the hostilities of this Grand Prix would not end here, because in the 15th lap, Liam Lawson came with every intention of making friends with the Mexican public. Checo gives him a home run to capture 10th position and try to get into the points, but Lawson manages to defend himself at the moment of the Mexican's first attack. However, 1 lap later, he tries it in turn 4. Checo stretches his brakes and crashes against Lawson, trying to gain the position, causing Lawson to go off the track, but Lawson decides not to give in at any time. He holds on, and in turn 5, he makes his way hitting Checo's car, and with this, he managed to defend the position, but damaging the Mexican's car. Therefore, Checo ended up losing pace with the damage to the floor and the pontoon, having to enter the pits by means, completely changing his strategy, forcing him to go to 2 stops, Zrenia, and with the race completely destroyed. On lap 60, Norris gave up on Leclerc, and when he was in the DRS zone to overtake him, on lap 63, Leclerc lost the car at the exit of the last corner, and miraculously he did not end up crashing, but he was overtaken by Lando. Norris thus lost 2nd place in this race. Finally, Colapinto had a battle with Liam Lawson, where in the overtaking he left him without a track. And when Colapinto rejoined, he hit Lawson's front wing with his rear wheel, and for this, he received a 10-second penalty. That in the end, he did not change his position, but they did give him 2 license points, which you know what happens if you put 12 together. What do you think of Lawson? Do you think he also deserved sanctions? His video is going around where he gave Checo Pérez fuck with his finger when he passed him, but it seems that the FIA did not see that. But ladies and gentlemen, with this we end the controversies of the 2024 Mexico City Grand Prix of Formula 1. But this is where I ask you, what did you think of this race? What rating do you give to this this great award, and above all, who have been your drivers of the day and your disappointments of the day. Let me know all your opinions in the comments section. Without further ado, I say goodbye by telling you that if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and activate notifications so you know when I am uploading a new video. See you in the next one.